What is up, you gorgeous, fabulous creatures? Thank you for joining me again for another week. If you're liking what you're hearing and you want to hear more, please remember to subscribe, share, hit that fucking subscribe button, honey, or leave me a review because that's how we're going to continue to spread the message worldwide. I've got something to share with you today and I just don't even know where to start because I'm so fucking angry right now. Like, I'm beyond pissed. I'm furious. So, like, livid. There are no words to describe this. So here's what I want to share with you. And then I'm going to tell you how this fucking relates to you not losing weight so far this year, or at least not the damn amount that you promised yourself at the start of the year you were going to lose. Let me fucking tell you why. I just went to record this podcast and once again, my cords, the chargers, the things that mine, the shit that I need, that I've purchased, that I've taken care of, that I carefully curated to be able to record the podcast and do the fucking things is gone. There's a specific cord to plug in the damn mic and it's gone. And I used to blame the children. I thought these little shits are stealing all my chargers, are stealing all my stuff. But I've watched over the last few months and it's not my little babies. It's not my beautiful stepchildren. No, of course it's not. It's Phil. Phil is the fiend that is stealing my shit. Now, I'm going to sound completely irrational and then I'll tell you why. I can't stand people touching my shit. Don't take my shit. Don't touch my shit. This is mine. I am so fiercely protective of things that belong to me that I'll fucking stab anyone that comes in my... Don't touch my shit. So when my stuff goes missing or things have been moved or someone's taken my charger because they lost theirs, the fact that he has lost his fucking chargers and the cords and all the shit because he takes zero care of anything is not my damn fault. And what I get so shitty about is that I become impacted by somebody else's incompetence. Okay. Now, let me shed a little bit of light on this as to why I'm so insane about things that belong to me. When I was 19, I was sexually assaulted. This is something I don't really talk about, and I've certainly never spoken about it before on a podcast. And as I say, it's something I don't talk about. So now I didn't really expect to talk about it, and I don't even know really what to say other than to say it impacted my life to such a degree that I didn't tell anybody until only a few years ago, a couple of years ago maybe. I told my parents then. Nobody knew. Nobody. I kept it inside and it made me sick, really, really sick in multiple different ways because as so many women do, I thought I was to blame. No, I blame myself. And in fact, this was 30 odd years ago and I still struggle with not blaming myself. I feel that I shouldn't have been there. I shouldn't have gone with the boy. Like, here was I, a young female, and I thought I was going to kiss a boy. That's what I actually thought was going to happen. I thought I was going to kiss a boy. Well, this boy thought something else was going to happen, and then he decided that it was going to happen one way or another, and it ended very badly. So I kept this inside for so many years, and it made me sick. One of the things that I am owning as a part of the aftermath of that event is that nobody's allowed to touch my fucking shit. Let me put it to you this way. Don't take things that don't belong to you. You don't have the right to take things from people that don't belong to you. So you can see here clearly that this still affects me deeply. So I can talk about phone chargers and shit like that, but when I get hysterical about this shit, it's got nothing to do with a phone charger. It's not about the phone charger. It's about me protecting my space and myself. And so I lose my shit when people like Phil take my stuff. Don't take my stuff. It's just my number one rule. You don't ever take my stuff. Now, he's not home at the moment because I just rang him and I'm like, babe, did you take the cord that belongs to the microphone, the thing? And he's like, yeah, I did because I'm charging my stuff and I didn't think you were going to use it. I'm like, well, I am fucking using it and just stop taking my shit. So a conversation will be had. Poor darling. He doesn't know it, but he's in for it. But here's what I want you to understand. I think I just needed to offload that. But what I will tell you, how this all relates to weight loss, is Phil and I, it's a poor darling. I'm just going to use him as an example now, but he's given me his word multiple times. He said, yep, no problem. I won't touch your stuff. And he understands. I've explained this to him. I'm like, this is really serious for me, not for you. It's not serious for him. It doesn't impact him at all. Who cares? He doesn't give a fuck. But it's really serious for me that I feel safe and that I feel like I have a sense of security and control over the situation. I need to know that my shit is where I want it to be when I want it. Then I feel like I have control. I have zero control. When I go to get something that belongs to me, something that I want, something that is mine, and it's not there, it's gone. Not only is it gone, it's been taken by somebody to whom it doesn't belong. That is the violation. That is the violation. So how does all of this relate to weight loss? And let me just take a quick pause there. If you do want me to speak more about this, if there is any of you out there that relate to this, have had an experience similar to this, would like me to share how I have been dealing and overcoming, I don't even want to say fucking healing, because I think healing is bullshit and it's just an acknowledgement over and over and over again that somebody actually hurt you. And I don't want to be in a healing stage. That's fucked up. I'm not going to allow that fucking wanker to have that sort of hold over me anymore. We're 30 years down the damn track. He's probably got a wife and kids now. Couldn't give a fuck. Doesn't even remember. I swear he wouldn't even remember because he was drunk, right? But I remember, and I don't want to stay in a healing phase. I just think it's bullshit. Like, I want to be over that. And that is a decision. That's a decision. So here's why you haven't lost weight so far this year, because you're not honoring your word. We're going to talk about people honoring their word. When I've spoken to Phil so many fucking times, don't touch my shit is what I've said to him multiple times. And yet he's not honoring his word in that particular area. So we want to talk about why you haven't lost weight. You're not honoring your fucking word. You say you're going to do something and you don't do it. I'm going to eat better. You don't do it. I'm going to stop binging at night in front of the TV. You don't do it. I'm going to get up early and start exercising. You don't do it. I'm going to start, what else? What else could I come up with? I'm going to start tracking my fucking macros, joining Kylie's course. I don't even talk about macros in my course, by the way. I don't give a fuck about macros. I will show you how to lose weight without, as if macros were not even a fucking thing, because that's how I've done it. I don't give a shit about macros. But I'm going to join Kylie's course. I'm going to join After Scale. I'm going to get coaching. I'm going to do this. You don't fucking do it. And no, you don't, sister. You're not doing nothing. And that is why you feel unsafe, insecure, and like you can't trust yourself. I feel like I can't trust any fucking person in this goddamn house because people keep touching my shit. Now, you've got to understand. You have to understand. I'm asking you, please understand. I am 50 years old now. And I didn't have my own children. So I've spent 50 years of my life with my space pretty well protected. Nobody's going to touch it. When I was living with my ex-husband, like, he was very tidy and he was fabulous. He wasn't touching my shit. But this household, they're like a fucking bunch of zoo animals. They just take whatever they want. And I'm trying to come to terms with that. Now, without explaining to the children why it's so important to me, because that's not a burden I'm going to put on them, I am just trying to help them understand about some goddamn boundaries. But Phil, yes, he should know better. He absolutely should know better. And he's going to fucking know better when he gets home. I'm going to have to do a part 2 of this. The problem is he's coming home with little Dolly. He's coming home with his daughter, my little stepdaughter. So they're, and Phil, this is a beautiful part about Phil's and my relationship. We don't fight. We've never fought. We've never, ever had a fight. Never. And that's why I love our relationship so much. Yes, I'm going to sit him down and explain it to him one more goddamn time. In fact, I need to say I've never said goddamn in my life because I feel like that's just a special kind of blasphemy. And yet here I am throwing it around. I'll say all the other words and yet that's what I don't say. But I'm going to explain to him one more time. I'll try and mansplain it to him. You need to stop touching my shit. But this is what I want to say. You have to get your shit together and start honoring your word. If you're not going to honor your word, don't expect other people to as well. If you are not trusting yourself, you're teaching other people not to trust you. When they hear you say your fancy shit, I'm going to start going for a walk now. The weather's good. Our mummy's going to go for a walk in the morning. And do you? Or are you hitting snooze? Or are you just getting on about your business with other shit? And they're like, well, I didn't have time. We've all got fucking time. We've got time. Do you know how, listen, if you think that you don't have time, I'll tell you why you don't have time. Because that's called karma, bitch. This is karma. Everybody has 24 hours in a day. But when you're spending 1 hour in regret, 1 hour in sadness, 1 hour wishing you were someone else, and 1 hour upset about the shit that you ate last night, you don't have 24 hours in a day. Now you only have 20 because you've lost 4 of them to the anguish in your mind. It is honestly 150 billion% time for you to get your shit together. If you haven't joined F the Scale yet for $19 a month, what the fuck? Join F the Scale, hit the link below, at least just fucking look at it and find out about it and see if it's a good fit for you. You can learn everything you need to know. Join one of my programs. Find everything that you need to know to be able to take control of yourself, your weight, your body, your relationship with food, and stop lying to yourself like I've just spoken about in this episode. I'm sending you tremendous amounts of love. I really hope that you do get your shit together. And if not, I'm here to support you the whole way until you damn well do, because I will make sure it happens, because I love you too much to see you keep suffering. I want to say in Jesus' name, amen. I'll see you again next week, gorgeous ones. Until then, bye for now. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember to shimmy your butt over to kyliepax.com/free course and sign up for my free weight loss training so you can start losing your weight now. You'll also find helpful notes and resources in my past podcasts that will help you lose your weight without the BS diet drama. I'll see you next week.